Hi, and welcome to the classes of Vedic astrology. So, in today's class, we will be learning about a concept which is known as Pitra Dosh. Pitra Dosh. So, again, this particular dosh, as you are able to understand by the name itself, Pitra Dosh is not considered auspicious whenever we are understanding about the world of Vedic astrology. So, whenever Pitra Dosh is getting formed in a particular Lagna chart in a horoscope, then it is not considered auspicious, it is not considered good for that particular individual. But again, there is a lot of misconception regards to what exactly is Pitra Dosh and how is it getting formed. So Pitra Dosh is formed by the yukti of Sun or Saturn, Sun or Rahu, Sun or Ketu. It means if Sun and Saturn are placed in the ninth house of a particular Lagna chart, or Sun and Rahu are placed in the ninth house of a particular Lagna chart, or Sun and Ketu are placed in the ninth house of a particular Lagna chart, then we say that yes, that individual has Pitra Dosh in his or her Lagna chart. So either of these three is occurring in the ninth house, it means Sun and Saturn are getting placed in the ninth house, or Sun and Rahu are getting placed in the ninth house, or Sun and Ketu are getting placed in the ninth house, then we say yes, that individual has the probability of having Pitra Dosh. Alright. And the main effects of Pitra Dosh is only observed from the ninth house. Even if either of these three combination, that is Sun Saturn or Sun Rahu or Sun Ketu, is happening in any of other houses which is not the ninth house, then we say it is Anshik Pitra Dosh, means it is partial Pitra Dosh, not complete Pitra Dosh. Pitra Dosh is only complete when either of these three conjunction, again I am repeating, is happening, is occurring, is forming in the ninth house of the Lagna chart. And what are the effects of Pitra Dosh? Pitra Dosh will obstruct all of the good things that ninth house has to offer. Pitra Dosh basically brings hurdles and delays in achieving success. Pitra Dosh also results in a lot of emotional and mental trauma. That individual who has a proper Pitra Dosh is seen to frequently suffer from mental disturbance. Because remember, Sun is also a planet which indicates a person's mental strength. Moon is the main planet whenever we are referring about the topic of mental health. But Sun also plays a very important part whenever we need to understand the overall mental health or mental strength, the willpower of that particular individual. And willpower is nothing but it is mental strength, right? It's all in the mind. So this is what Pitra Dosh is, and we also need to understand that what are the misconceptions. Just because Sun and Saturn are sitting in the ninth house, or Sun and Rahu are sitting in the ninth house, or Sun and Ketu are sitting in the ninth house, it doesn't mean that that individual will have Pitra Dosh. Pitra Dosh will only form if proper Pitra Dosh I'm referring, all right? So proper Pitra Dosh, the bad effects of Pitra Dosh will only be seen in that individual where both of these planets, that is Sun and Saturn, or Sun and Rahu, or Sun and Ketu, are Maraka. So it means if Sun and Saturn are sitting in one particular house, then if both Sun and Saturn are Maraka, then only we will say that yes, that individual has Pitra Dosh. But if Sun and Saturn are Yoga Karka in that particular horoscope, because ninth house is a auspicious house, it's the Trikona house. And if both Saturn and Sun are getting placed in the ninth house and both of these planets are Yoga Karka, then obviously there is no Pitra Dosh at all. Then instead you will be able to understand that both Sun and Saturn will be able to give good results during their respective dashas. It's just that whenever the combination, whenever the conjunction of Sun and Saturn happens in a particular Lagna chart, it's not that great, because see, Sun and Saturn are opposite in nature. They are incompatible planets. So whenever they are sitting together in one particular house, both of them feel a bit uncomfortable because both are not friendly with each other. So that's why we say that this conjunction is not that great. But we cannot say it is Pitra Dosh. Again, I am repeating, Pitra Dosh will only happen properly when both of the planets are Maraka, completely Maraka in that particular Lagna chart. So this is what Pitra Dosh is all about. The proper understanding of Pitra Dosh I had discussed. And also please note, if Sun and Saturn placed in one particular house, or if Sun and Rahu or Sun and Ketu placed in one particular house, that is the ninth house. Let's understand it from the ninth house. And if both of the planets are Yoga Karka, again I am repeating, then there will be no Pitra Dosh. Pitra Dosh will only be happening, a proper Pitra Dosh will only be happening when both of the planets are Maraka in nature. Alright. And even if one of the planets are Maraka in nature, that is either Sun or Saturn, like if Sun and Saturn are sitting together, either of these two planets are Maraka. Similarly for Sun, Rahu, or Sun and Ketu, then also there will be some bad effects of Pitra Dosh. We will not be able to say it is a complete Pitra Dosh, but some inauspicious results will be happening just because one Maraka planet is sitting in a Trikona house. So in those situations, we say that there is some bad effects happening because of a Pitra Dosh. So now let's understand what are the Vedic astrological remedies. Very common remedies which does not involve that much cost, that any individual can do even without referring to anyone. If that particular individual has a proper Pitra Dosh in his or her Lagna chart, there are certain astrological remedies, Vedic astrological remedies, that an individual is suggested to do, and I will just discuss all of these with you in this particular class. So whenever a Pitra Dosh is happening in a particular Lagna chart of an individual, how that individual can relieve himself or herself from the negative effects of Pitra Dosh that is happening in their life. What that individual needs to do is, during Amavasya, alright, that individual should not do bhojan, alright. He can do a fast. What that individual can do is, that individual can gather their family members and that individual can offer bhoj to their forefathers, alright. And after doing this, they can distribute sweets to others. This is what that individual needs to do who has Pitra Dosh in their horoscope, in their Lagna chart. Individuals who has Pitra Dosh in his or her Lagna chart needs to keep the place from where he or from where they get water, that is the potable water that they drink on their day-to-day basis. It can be their water tank, it can be a water filter, it can be a water dispenser. Wherever water is stored in that particular individual's house, drinking water, that individual needs to keep that particular place very clean every day. This is also a Vedic remedy which gives a lot of relief to individuals who has Pitra Dosh. Also, an individual who has Pitra Dosh in his or her Lagna chart, that individual can go to a nearby peepal tree and light a diya in front of that particular peepal tree. That diya can be a, oil diya or a ghee diya. It depends on that individual. Either of the two diyas is fine. So they need to go to a place where there is a peepal tree. Try to find out a nearby place and light a diya in front of that particular peepal tree, and then take 7 rounds of that peepal tree. All right, and this they need to do it on Amavasya. All right, so I hope you have understood this particular remedy also. An individual who has Pitra Dosh in his or her Lagna chart, that individual can offer bhojan to poor people, to needy people, and that also they need to do it on Amavasya. A one-time bhojan, like a one-time good meal, a satisfactory meal. You are offering it as bhojan to poor people. So either of these 4 an individual can do, which doesn't require much, cost, right? And these are very, very effective remedies, that home remedies that an individual is highly recommended to do. Either of these 4, or you can do all of the 4, or you can do 2 out of 4. It depends on you. And these are the remedies that an individual must, take it up in order to get relief from the negative effects that they are getting in their life because of Pitra Dosh. And also, it is always very, very much recommended to do beach mantras whenever there is a Pitra Dosh. All right, so this, I think you have understood it by now, because beach mantras are always auspicious. So whenever Sun or Saturn is sitting in one particular house, Sun or Rahu is sitting in one particular house, Sun or Ketu, it's not or, it's and, right? Sun and Saturn is sitting in one particular house, or Sun and Rahu is sitting in one particular house, or Sun and Ketu is sitting in one particular house. And when we are talking about Pitra Dosh, it is the 9th house. So under such situations, under such circumstance, an individual can definitely do the beach mantras for both of the planets. That is Sun and Saturn, or Sun and Rahu, or Sun and Ketu. They can do the siddhi of these planets by chanting the beach mantras. So this is what I wanted to discuss about Pitra Dosh. And remember, Pitra Dosh is not formed because of drishti. As I had earlier discussed about Guru Chandal Yoga, that Guru Chandal Yoga can also form when there is a pratiyukti between Jupiter and Rahu. Means Jupiter and Rahu are aspecting each other, right? But in Pitra Dosh, it is never formed with the concept, or with the what I will say, what is that word? It will not form because of pratiyukti. All right, let's keep it very simple. Means if both Sun and Saturn or Sun and Rahu or Sun and Ketu are aspecting each other, then Pitra Dosh will not form. Pitra Dosh will only form when Sun and Saturn or Sun and Rahu or Sun and Ketu are sitting together in the ninth house. And always remember to, I'm just saying this, repeating this particular thing again and again in order to remove any misconception that you might have or that you might had carried from watching other videos, that Pitra Dosha, proper Pitra Dosh will only form when these combinations are occurring in the ninth house of the Lagna chart. If it is in some other houses, then also the worry is not that much, because it is Anshik Pitra Dosh, or you can say a partial Pitra Dosh. Not a complete Pitra Dosh, but obviously the remedies you can still do if you are feeling that you are getting negative effects in your life. And also, I just want to again remind you and repeat one particular thing. The last time, that is, Pitra Dosh will only form properly when both of the planets are Maraka. If both of the planets are Yoga Karka, then definitely there is no Pitra Dosh at all. So this is what I wanted to discuss and talk to you about Pitra Dosh. So that was all that I wanted to share in today's class. I hope you are watching all of my classes from class 1, then you are proceeding accordingly. Watch all of my classes again and again so that you will be absolutely thorough with the concepts of Vedic astrology. Remember, I am conducting these classes with an objective of making all of you very good practitioners of Vedic astrology in the time to come. So whenever you will be visiting an astrologer, you will know exactly what that astrologer is trying to say, because you are first of all fluent with your own, with the proper understandings about Vedic astrology. And what I believe, what I feel is that if you are absolutely thorough with whatever topics I am discussing and I am sharing in this particular YouTube channel, then I don't think you have to go to any Vedic astrologer, because you yourself will be completely fluent with your own horoscope. And then you yourself will be in a particular state where you will have that skill to help and support others with the knowledge, with the learning that you have gathered from my classes about Vedic astrology. All right. So it is of tremendous benefits, because what I feel is Vedic astrology has the positive power, has the purity to transform people's life for the better. All what is required here is a belief and a faith that whatever you are learning, whatever you are studying is true. It is not something which is, hypothetical. It is not something which is impractical, because all of these are quite astronomical in nature. Every planet in the universe has a certain effect on the lives of human beings. This has been proven, and I don't think I need to iterate this particular knowledge or this particular point to you. You yourself should be knowing it. But then Vedic astrology, many people are non-believers of Vedic astrology. What I can do is I can give my best in order to provide to you a pool of knowledge, a pool of proper and accurate knowledge of Vedic astrology. But I cannot change your faith, I cannot change your belief system, because I am not interacting with you one-on-one. I'm making a video with the hope that all of you, many of you will be able to watch my videos, watch my classes and understand the importance. But if some of you are not believing whatever I am discussing, then I'm not forcing you to believe it. What I feel is, with time, if there is a particular situation where you will believe and you will be a follower of Vedic astrology, it will happen definitely. All right. So again, watch my videos, watch my classes over and over again. If you want to seriously become a good practitioner, you have to practice whatever I am discussing, whatever I am sharing. The more you practice, the better you will get in this particular concept of Vedic astrology. Like my YouTube channel, like my videos, share my videos, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Your small gesture will give me a lot of happiness, will give me a lot of satisfaction, because I will feel that I am connecting with you all through this particular videos that I am sharing and that I am creating, and the knowledge that I am providing to you. And also, if you want to gather this knowledge from any professional institution which provides Vedic astrology as a course, you need to pay a good amount of money in order to achieve that knowledge. So whatever you are gathering over here is absolutely free of cost, and whatever you are learning over here is absolutely in detail. Even if you go to a institution where Vedic astrology is taught, I don't think they will teach you something more like as compared to whatever I am teaching. Whatever I am discussing will complete all of the important points that Vedic astrology has to offer. And with whatever I am discussing, whatever I am sharing in all of my classes, these are absolutely 100% sufficient for you to interpret and analyze any horoscope, any Lagna chart, and with accuracy and with 100% proficiency. The only thing is that you have to be absolutely thorough with whatever I am teaching. All right. Then only you will be able to implement it in your real life or real time scenarios by analyzing and interpreting horoscopes. So this is what I wanted to say and wanted to discuss in today's class. I will see you in the upcoming classes. Thank you and have a nice day.